Welcome to you, Leo, and thank you for stopping in. And let's get to this first reading of the new year. We are starting with the High Priestess. We have the Three of Swords, the Eight of Pentacles, the Seven of Swords, the Eight of Wands, and the Six of Swords. So lots of challenge there. So starting out with your High Priestess, having the High Priestess at the beginning of your reading is just saying that you should feel more spiritually developed, that you should be seeking more in the way of spiritual development, trusting in your intuition, listening to your insights, to your inner voice, really getting in touch with what you know, and then being open to learn things about things that you don't know. Really honing in on that inner voice. You want to be able to tune into what the universe or the cosmos is saying to you. So that being said, and actually being your first card, that's saying that you're supposed to be looking at things from a different point of view. You're not just considering things with your mind. You're not just tapping into your soul and seeing how you feel emotionally, how you're thinking about this, but literally trust even your intuition. You're going to learn to be more receptive to the thoughts and the powers and the energies and messages from your higher self. So really an exciting time, actually, Leo, because you are very, very creative. You're passionate, very strong-willed. So this is going to come to your advantage because now you're going to tap into something that isn't quite connected to that, something that's more ethereal. And it's very important to have that in your repertoire as well. So you listen to your inner voice. You know what I'm talking about. There are times when you go to do something, especially something you're not quite sure about, or something that in your heart of hearts you know is wrong or will make you feel bad later. You're going to have less of those incidents where you move forward with that, because you're going to be more in tune with that gut instinct, with that feeling. Roll with it, because it is going to bring you lots of happiness. It's going to bring you some clarity. It's going to give you time and energy for something that's worth it, instead of the stress and the distress that comes from doing something that deep down you know isn't quite for you. Now on that note, let's look at your challenge. So we have the 3, the 7, and the 6 of Swords. So with the 3 of Swords, we're talking about being stuck in negative thinking, being trapped in that void that is sorrow and sadness and negativity. Very easy to get trapped in that. What do they say? It's always easier to believe the negative or believe the bad thing than the good thing. It's easier to get people to follow along with a theory or an idea that is negative. That sounds crazy, but it's really true if you think about it. It's always easier to believe in and start with the negative. So the 3 of Swords is there to remind you not to give in to that. And again, we already said with the High Priestess that you are going to be more in tune to that inner voice. Your spiritual development is happening as you listen to this. You're just like, wow, you know what? Maybe I could think about that a different way. Maybe I could really meditate on this and think about it. And then you'll hear your inner voice. You'll get that message. Then we have the 7 of Swords. With the 7 of Swords, we are talking about clarity and cunning, being able to really get to the nitty-gritty, get to the truth of something. So being intuitive, being open to, being inquisitive, wanting to know what's up, what's happening here. So knowing that you need to avoid that negative rabbit hole, being open to and having the clarity of mind and spirit to really dig down to the truth. What is going on? What is underneath? If you have those two, really they balance each other out quite well, is what I'm trying to say. They balance each other out well, because if you're trying to get to the bottom of things, that means you're not going to give in to the negative. You're not going to walk around smiling like an idiot. You're going to get to the truth. You're going to know why you feel this way, or why this is happening, why I should be in a positive mindset. And it's harder to go down that negative rabbit hole if you have the facts, if you know what's going on. Then you have the 6 of Swords. With the 6 of Swords, it's talking about steady progress and being able to come into a peaceful period after having gone through a long period of difficulty. So again, talking to getting yourself easily, like a mantra, easily getting out of that negative space. No staying in the negative space, basically. You have all of this challenge, all of these swords saying it's going to be coming to you. It's going to be second nature to go into that negative space, but we're not going to allow it. And we're not going to allow it with rationale as well as emotional, balance, as well as emotional interest. Then you have your Eight of Wands. With the Eight of Wands, we're talking about a period of time where a lot of things are going to be occurring or happening for you at once. So again, just some work. You're going to have some work to keep out of that negative space. And you want that clarity of mind. You're going to be seeking the truth behind a lot of things. You're going to be more in tune to whether or not it's something that is truthful or not. Therefore, you want to seek the answers. You want to know what is the story behind that issue or that thing that's being presented to me. So that Eight of Wands is just saying, yes, a lot of stuff is going to be happening for you, a lot of changes, and just be open to them and go with the flow. And then with the Eight of Pentacles, we're talking about long-term prosperity. So again, being in tune to things that are more spiritual, being in tune to your emotional self, your inner voice, your inner wisdom is going to benefit you in the financial world as well. Might even present some new opportunities for something that could be a long-term goal, a job where you could retire from, an investment that could carry you into your golden years. So starting out with the High Priestess, knowing that you're going to be more in tune to what needs to happen for you to have this end game, well, it's just a really nice recipe for success and keeping an open and positive mind. And that is what I am seeing for you this week, Leo. Thank you for joining me, and I invite you to tune in for my Weekend Energy show, which airs this Thursday. And as always, essentially, we all have a divine purpose. Embrace the universe and live your dream. Until next week, here's wishing you health, prosperity, and positive relationships. Farewell to you all.